today that I was being induced tomorrow, I would not spend the next 24 hours trying to force labor to start. One of the biggest mistakes I see is women treating the day before an induction as a last-ditch effort to get labor to start on its own. They walk for hours, pump, curb walk, bounce on the birth ball, and research every possible scenario. By the time they arrive at the hospital, they're already exhausted. If I was being induced tomorrow, these are the things I would focus on. My name is Jamie, I'm a midwife. I've been attending births for over a decade, including inductions. Priority number 1 would be conserving energy. Labor is hard work. Trying to naturally induce is mentally and physically exhausting. Instead, I'd focus on chill activities, spending time with family or friends, going outside, getting a massage or a pedicure, and taking a walk if I wanted to. The day before an induction isn't the race day, it's the day before a race day. Number 2, I would optimize baby's position. Getting the baby in a good position before labor starts reduces any unnecessary pain and allows labor to be as straightforward as possible. So how would I do that? The first thing I would do is the Miles circuit. It's a series of 3 positions that help get the baby in the best position possible. If the baby's already in a good position, it will not undo this. It only encourages that specific position. If you want to know more about that, I'll link it below in the description. Number 2, I'd be going to see the chiropractor. Making sure everything is aligned in my body is gonna make for the most straightforward path and most efficient birth. The last thing I would do to optimize baby's position is do some gentle stretching and yoga to make sure everything is loose and limber. Next, I would be prioritizing sleep like it was my job. Sleep is one of the most underrated labor preparation tools. With that in mind, I definitely would be getting a nap in, probably taking a relaxing bath, and getting to bed early. I'd for sure avoid doom scrolling induction stories and would not be staying up late cleaning the house. Priority number 4, I would eat a good meal before going to the hospital. Food restrictions may occur depending on hospital policies, and inductions can take a long time. I'd focus on a meal that has good protein, healthy fats, and complex carbs. It's more likely to sustain energy for a longer period of time. Priority number 5, I would hydrate like my life depended on it. Now, I know that most people are going to get an IV when they're in labor anyways, but that's no excuse to show up dehydrated. I'd want to show up with my body in peak condition for what's ahead. To do so, I would spend the day before prioritizing on water, electrolytes, and hydrating fruits and vegetables. Priority number 6, I'd be packing for comfort. The beginning of an induction can be dreadfully long, and the entire process can take a day or even 3. So I'd be setting myself up to enjoy the ride. To do so, I'd pack pillows, blankets, a robe, comfortable slippers, chapstick, a long extension cord, and some entertainment. It's likely I'll spend a lot of time in that room, so I want it to feel more like a hotel and less like a prison. Next on the list, I would limit who I told about the scheduled induction. As soon as people know that there's an induction on the calendar, the texts start rolling in. I get it, everyone's excited, but the truth is, nothing is more anti-relaxing than feeling like a watched pot. I'd limit who I told, put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and put someone in charge of updating critical information. Labor progresses better when focused on relaxing, not feeling pressure from inside and outside of the hospital walls. Last, but definitely not least, I would manage my own expectations. Often people think induction starts at 8 a.m., baby by dinner time. But the reality is, inductions may take much longer than that. The less attached I am to a timeline, the more positive the experience is likely to be. If I were scheduled for an induction tomorrow, I wouldn't be trying to force labor today. I would spend my time preparing for it. I would rest, I would eat, I would hydrate, I would get comfortable, and most importantly, I would stop worrying about everyone else's expectations. The goal isn't to win the race to spontaneous labor. It would be to meet my baby feeling as strong and prepared as possible.